Hello and welcome to another one of my videos back on the channel. Now today we are doing something that we haven't done for quite a while now, which is a character concept video. Last one of these we did was probably several months ago now, and it was the cucumber one. I haven't really done many since we heard that BFN wasn't going to be getting any more updates. That wasn't intentional, it was kind of accidental. But obviously now these aren't going to be BFN character concepts, they're just going to be PvZ character concepts. So these could go into a Garden Warfare game, they could go into BFN, or even some other shooter game in the future. But obviously they are concepts, they're not actually going to go into a game. So yeah, so today's one we have Twirlip. Now, ages ago I did a video on a Scratch PvZ fan game I did, and there was actually a character called Twirlip. They look similar to this, but a bit different. And yeah, some of you might remember that, but it was a long time ago now, probably 3-4 months ago when I last did a video on that fan game. But yeah, so Twirlip is an attack class character, and you will see why further on. So go on to the stats, sort of like the damage and everything. So Twirlip does 30 damage and 35 for critical damage, like a headshot. And Twirlip has 5 ammo, 1 for each seed, because you can see they have 5 seeds surrounding her petal, whatever this thing's called. And each seed does 30 damage and 35 critical, as I've said here. So it's an interesting design for Twirlip. Obviously I've made it twirly because, you know, it's called a Twirlip, and the eyes are a bit wonky, it's a bit dizzy, and it's all kind of twisted. The seeds are kind of like floating around its head, and yeah, it vaguely looks like a Twirlip. I mean, if I saw this I wouldn't be able to guess it's a Twirlip. I'd guess it's some form of a flower, but I guess a Twirlip is a flower, so close enough. So in terms of the health, just 125. I think that's the amount Pea Shooter has. It's nothing too special as usual. Size, so quite a tall plant. From the side, I don't know how thick they would be. I think they'd be kind of not too thick. I mean, yeah, they'd be quite thin. But yeah, I mean, the height, the seeds do kind of add a bit extra height to it, and it is going to be like one of those plants that floats because it doesn't actually have legs. Or maybe it could bounce. Maybe this leg thing could act as a spring and it kind of bounces along. That could be quite cool if it was an actual thing, like it kind of bounces along. Yeah, let's say that. This just proves I don't script my videos. So it bounces along the floor using this because it looks like a spring, so that's good enough. Okay, so now onto the abilities. So there's 3 abilities as usual. So the first one is called Color Chaos. So when this ability is used, 5 different coloured petals will sprout out from Twirlip's head and will swarm towards the nearest zombie. The petals will then explode upon contact and will cause large, colourful explosions, dealing little damage but causing major distractions and limits the zombie's field of view. So basically, to sum that up, a petal will shoot out, 5 of them will shoot out from her head and will home in towards the nearest zombie, and when it hits the zombie they will all splash, and it will basically create like a multicoloured explosion in their face. It will kind of, limit their view because they'll have all these bright flashes. It's like a flashbang. Think of it like that. The petals go into a zombie and then they get flashbanged, and it deals a tiny bit of damage. I'll probably make it just deal like 10 HP damage or something, but yeah, it's more... it would be more used for a distraction. If you're doing Team Vanquish and you're about to die, you use that ability, and then, whilst they're being blinded, you can quickly run away. So that's that ability. The second one I have called Stem Strangle. It's a bit violent, but so when this ability is used, both of Twirlip's arms will stretch out to the nearest zombie and will wrap around them. The zombie will then be dragged towards Twirlip and will be stunned for 5 seconds after being released by Twirlip's arms. So these are the arms that I'm talking about. They will basically stretch around and wrap around a zombie and drag the zombie towards Twirlip, and then when the arms release the zombie, he will be stunned for 5 seconds. The zombie will be stunned for 5 seconds, meaning you can just deal damage to them or get away or do whatever you want to do. So that's kind of more of a attacking, that's more of an attacking move because you're just dragging someone towards you. So if you see someone defending on a point, you could drag them off the point and then let your teammates go and sort out the capturing the objective or something. So yeah, and this plant does have a gender. It's a female. I think I said her before, so yeah, it is a female. Don't know why. I think most of the other character concepts I've done would have been male, so why not throw a female in here. Okay, so the third ability is called Seed-Nado. When this ability is used, a tornado of seeds will form in front of Twirlip and will move in a straight direction for around 20 seconds. This will also drag zombies towards it and will deal 5 damage per second. If shot at enough, the tornado can be destroyed. So yeah, a tornado of these seeds will appear in front of Twirlip and will move forward like at a steady pace for around 20 seconds. And if the zombies shoot it enough, it will like break and it will collapse and everything. And zombies will be dragged into it if they're close enough and will take 5 damage per second. I don't know if that's too much, because that means overall they could take like 100. Actually, yeah, so if they was to stay in the tornado the full time of a cycle, like the full 20 seconds, they would take 100 damage, like 100 HP. So I guess that could kill some people, and it would probably be more of like an offensive move or something, like trying to clear a point or just kind of make way for people to get through, because people are going to move out the way. They're not just going to stand there and let the tornado like drag them away. So yeah, that is that. I'm not sure about the balancing, like is 20 seconds too long, is too much? You know, let me know in the comments. Okay, but this is something I've done a bit differently. I haven't done this with other character concepts, but I've added a special ability. So when Twirlip gets vanquished, she will turn into a trap. If a zombie walks onto the trap, they will be ejected into the air and will take 50 damage. The trap would look like a pile of seeds and stems. So when Twirlip gets vanquished, you know, usually when a plant or zombie gets vanquished, they just kind of fall onto the floor, then they can be revived. But this time, they turn into a trap. They can still be revived by a plant, but if like they turn into a trap, so like a pile of these seeds and like kind of broken stems and everything, and then if a zombie accidentally walked over it, then yeah, they would get ejected into the air. They'll be flying through the air and they'll take 50 damage. And you know, they could land into like water and then get killed, or they could land into a fight and then get killed then. So it could be quite a good move. And if you were to die in like a field or something, then it would be camouflaged within the field. But obviously if you died in like on a brick path or something, it would be quite easy to see. So yeah, that is Twirlip. It took quite a while to make this video because I had to draw Twirlip. Usually I do a time lapse, but this time I wasn't able to because again the time lapse was corrupt. It seems to always be corrupt, but I will try and fix that problem. I will do more of these. The next one is going to be a zombie. I can't guarantee when it's going to be, but I will do more of these. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts on Twirlip in the comments below and I will read them. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye.